Alright, so welcome back to Max's Vlogs. Sorry about, in the last video, I'm very sorry about, the logo in the middle. I'm trying out a new thing. Didn't look like it impacted the video too much, which is good. And then my head being cropped out. When I noticed it was just way too late to actually remake the video and post it. So, also, now that it's college football season, we're going to be starting having vlogs more often. Especially like the next week and a half, I'm going to try to get as many videos cranked out. I mean, some of them may end up being posted even after the start of the season, but like you would still get the point of, hey, the preseason video. But the ones I post after the season will probably be more videos like conference v conference and stuff. This may be a running series. So we're going to start with Alabama and Ohio State, the two perennial best teams in their respective leagues. This is done by Big Ten East, SEC West, Big Ten East West versus SEC East. So then we don't have a lot of wins versus here and a lot of wins on one side, and then we just don't get any. There's no argument anymore because it just one division is going to beat the other, and the other from SEC West would kill that Big Ten West by far. This is also done by the conference rankings that will be put out later. This one will be another video on this same topic, but we're going to do it by the national rankings. We lined them up. As you can see here, I lined them up. Lined them up here so you can see it. So, but this time it's just division v division. So, we're going to start with here, and it's Alabama gets the win. Alabama's run game is very strong. Their defense is very strong. Jalen Hurts, hopefully, from what I saw at the 8A game, very developed. He developed in passing. The receivers are going to be good this year. Calvin Ridley's back. Robert Foster, finally healthy. And then Cam Sims and Jerry Jeudy. Because Trayvon Diggs, I think they're going to be using as a cornerback this year. Second day, this year. Low budget, as you can tell. The AdSense are not coming in as high as other YouTubers. Yeah, Trayvon Diggs are using as a cornerback this year, so he won't be in the receiving slot. So we're gonna go next to Penn State and Auburn. Auburn, very good team. Jordan Stidham is their new quarterback. Kenyon Petime, something like that, something close to that, is the running back. Very good. Defense is gonna be very well. Good. Penn State, Saquon Barkley, and then who I think is the running back. He may be the quarterback. And then quarterback is returning. They're a very good team, as you saw at the end of last year. They had a very good Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl that last year was amazing. I loved it. And here's my debate. You have to pin a lot of this on last year. But Auburn isn't going to be the same team as last year. But because I said I'm going to base this off of what I see last year, I'm going to give it's very close. It's not going to be the dark blue you see, like the color blue you see here, just because I think this could really be a toss-up. Like, I could see this game going, if Auburn's offense is as they're advertising for this year, this could go to Auburn, but this could also go to Penn State either way. Like, the game, so I think either way the game could go to Penn State, so that's why I picked Penn State. Michigan and LSU. LSU, Darius Geis is back. That's all I gotta say about him. Danny Etling, he's apparently developed. We haven't seen that yet. But they beat a lot of good teams last year just with running the football. I mean, Darius Geis took chunks out of Alabama too. So we remember that. Michigan, their defensive line is great, but they only returned 5 players. Don't care. I mean, I see stuff I don't care about right now. But they only returned 5 players, 3 on defense. I don't know how leadership is going to go. Like, I mean, also, their coach kind of treats them. And they just went to Rome like, we got this all perfectly cool, we good. To be awesome. I mean, like, maybe, I don't know. I mean, like, but I gotta give a. Here's about this red berry, dark red berry, light red berry. This is weird. But, so, okay. Not the color I want to put. Right. So if I put a lighter color, it means that I'm not set. The game probably, I'm going to go LSU flat out because there's no way. And I'm sorry to say this, but Arkansas is much better than Michigan State. Austin Allen's a great guy. Michigan State, as I already looked, you get when you come to my YouTube channel, the AdSense have not kicked in yet. Very, very far away from getting AdSense too. But they only returned 3 so Michigan State, as I said, only returns 5 players. 3 on defense. Wait. Michigan returned 6 players. Sorry. 1 on defense. I got my Michigans confused. But Michigan State only returns 5 players and 3 on defense. I don't know. And none in their secondary. Their secondary is 2 juniors, a sophomore, and a freshman. And a team like with Austin Allen that likes to throw out, I'm sorry, I gotta go with. I mean, Arkansas, yeah, they're not the best team in the SEC. West even. But they return 5 players on defense, 7 on offense. So, I mean, they don't return a lot of receivers. They return 1 receiver, but then they have a senior, a junior, and a few sophomores. The sophomore that started last year is returning, obviously. But I think they need to work on rushing, but, like, I think they'll be good. They return their secondary, which is good. They return every bit of their secondary. And they return a linebacker. I mean, like, I gotta give it to, okay, that's not the right color. Texas A&M and Indiana. I think Indiana, correct, they just got a new coach, if I'm correct. Don't know for sure. I think, maybe. Yes, they're replaced their coach. Let's see. Yes. So, they showed they're going to adjust to a new scheme, so you really can't base this off last year. They returned 5 offensive players and 9 defense. I say it's a good deal. I mean, that really helps them. But they are not the same team because of the scheme. Also, when I look at this, yes, their secondary returns. A&M is a very good team. Very good team. So I gotta give this one to A&M again. Like, I know, you're probably like, oh, why? That's just, you're biased. Like, also, like, could you just automatically say that Rutgers' talent base is not as good as Ole Miss? Just talent-wise. Yes, Ole Miss has all those problems, but they still have the talent. That hasn't changed. They still have talent there. That's pretty good. The Mississippi State, Nick Fitzgerald, everyone is high on him. I'm sorry to say, like, they get 6 wins here. If you line them up and play them, now these are the 3 that you could see something different. You could see 3 and 4, but you could see 2 No, I'm not I'm saying maybe this game could go. I don't know how this scheme is gonna work for them. That could go. So obviously this is based on what I saw last year. Maybe for all I know, Indiana adjusted that scheme very well, and they can pull it off. I mean, they got talent. They got a few questions, but they got talent. And let's just say Michigan beats LSU. You know, it's 3-4, a little more balanced. But this also shows you that hey, you could. Let's just say those happen. Let's just say that happens like that. Okay. But what if they get all the wins? What if it goes here? Okay. But SEC is more balanced throughout. When we go over to here, we'll probably get a few more wins on both sides. So Georgia projected to win the SEC East in a lot of cases. Them in Florida. But so this is gonna be a very run-heavy game. Very run-heavy. I think as we all know, because Wisconsin likes to run. Georgia's got Nick Chubb back. They also got Jacob Eason back, I think. Which helps them because they're going to be able to run it better. And their offense, he'll be back for a second year. Gotta get that line better. That's better. So I think, also Georgia returns 11 defensive starters. And, returns a whole 11 defensive starters. But, in one of them, they only have to replace one position, and that's with a junior who's been in the system. One of the returning players won't even start, which tells me that this is a very good defense. And that front seven is low, and it's a lot of seniors and juniors here, which means it's a lot of leadership, a lot of experienced players who know what they're doing in this system. Wisconsin now. What am I doing? Please support the budget. Click views so I can get AdSense started. We're about 9,200 away. Now they only return 8, and they also have 2 doubles ups. They also have a lot of juniors and seniors too, but in a run-heavy thing, they're replacing a few more front 7 players than you would want in a run-heavy game. They're saying, we're going to put it this way, we're saying this slate is game 1. This is a week from now. Bama's not playing Florida State, they're playing Ohio State. We're saying this is week 1 matchups. So, they're not going to have much of more experience. And also, this is his second year. The offense, a little more struggling, but they do like to run the ball more. But their starting running back is not there. They're not back. He's gone. Oh, the top 2 running backs are gone. Which tells me here that it definitely should go to Georgia just because of that. Florida sucks. I'm going to be 100% honest. The offense is never the best. But we're going to go to Nebraska first. They returned 12 starters. Most of their secondaries returned, which is not going to hurt Florida because Florida needs to be able to throw the ball better. They don't return the tight end, a quarterback, and a return running back. They have to start 2 new offensive linemen, which could hurt because Florida's defense is very strong. They do have a very strong defensive line, especially defensive line. Okay, so let's go to Florida and we can talk about Florida here. Florida, they have 2 new quarterbacks, both freshmen, which would definitely hurt. They only returned 3 defensive starters, but the good news is the defense is a lot of there's a few seniors and juniors which will help with one, experience, and two, leadership, which is what they do need. And if this is technically the first game, Antonio Callaway's gone. So maybe let's not just say first game. Let's just say it's early season, because that's easier to say. Let's just say it's like third week, second or third week. Let's just say they do it second and third week. Antonio Callaway's maybe gone still for those games. I know he's gone for the first one. So that's going to hurt on receiver and return game. Because Antonio Callaway's averaged 14.5 yards every time he touched the ball. Now, defense is going to key on him in either way. So, but even if he wasn't suspended, let's just say, defense are going to try to stop him and beat him, which means which will end up letting other players contribute. And we're running very long in this video, so I gotta give it to Florida. But let's just say if this was first week, Nebraska would have a chance. Tennessee and Northwestern Tennessee. I got a lot of questions. Their linebackers are really bad compared to the rest of their division, and the SEC East is the worst. Isn't as good as the SEC West has been. As most of us know around here, they're not as well. Good. They have to restart. They have to put a new quarterback and a new running back in. Most of the line, 4 of the 5 starters on the line, are not returning. So I mean, Northwestern though. Let's talk about them. Look over here. Away. Northwestern Wildcats right here. I gotta give it to. Yes, I'm logging. I gotta give it to Northwestern here. That's my dad. I don't know why he's home. But let's go to Iowa. Let's talk about Iowa for a minute. So I gave that one to Northwestern just because of the questions on Tennessee and the fact that they returned 7 starters on defense and 8 on what type of offense did they run? Did they run some like weird triple option duo? No, slot back. Yeah, that's okay. Well, that's something to figure out later. They returned. So Iowa returns 13 players. What is this? Hey, cool. I don't care. 13 starters. 7 on defense, which is South Carolina. They're gonna need. But they don't return anyone. They only return their strong safety, which in my opinion could be a problem just because Brentley for South Carolina, he is a sophomore, and that's going to help him a lot more than it will hurt him because they're not as experienced. And I need AdSense badly. Kidding. AdSense won't change this, guys. Yeah, Jake Bentley, he doesn't return. They return the 2 tight ends, South Carolina does. So they return most of the receivers, which means that their receiving and passing core game is very strong. A lot of them are returning. It's strong. Yes, Bentley, he is a sophomore. He came in late last year. But he is the starter. They returned 6 on defense. Most of the secondary, which will help. Because Iowa has to put in a new running back, quarterback, and 2 receivers. And a new fullback. So I really think South Carolina will win. Okay, I still have to write this. Minnesota and Kentucky. Minnesota. We're gonna go start with Kentucky here. Kentucky turns 8 and 16 players. Who? Okay, God, I don't care. Turn 8. The quarterback's back. The running back, Benny Snell. Benny Snell's back. He is the freshman All-American. Boom Williams left last year, but it's Benny Snell Jr. did start a lot last year. Played a lot last year. He was a 1,000-yard rusher. The quarterback, he's taking complete control. Johnson will be the starter. The quarterback who started last year comes back because he was hurt, but then he probably won't be starting. Kentucky, very, very strong. They are a dark horse in the SEC, even though they are placed as low as 5th here. Who are they playing? Minnesota. Minnesota turns 11, 4 on defense, and only 2 in the front 7, which I find scary because Benny Snell Jr., he is a good player. He balls. They also have a new quarterback. Well, the old quarterback is not coming in. They've only attempted 17 passes. Also a new coach with P.J. Fleck. Right about, So, I gotta give it to Kentucky just because I swear. Purdue, they don't. Alright, so I'm gonna go over the last two. We're gonna start both teams. Purdue returns 11. They return the quarterback and a running back. I like to run 2 running back systems. They return 2 people on the starting, and they don't return any starting receivers. On defense, they return 6, 2 on each level, 2 DTs, 2 linebackers, and 2 secondary players. Where's nothing? Now I'm getting text. What's going on here? Missouri, they return 13, 3 on defense, 10 on offense, and Missouri needs offense, and defense. But at the end of the season, Barry Odom was calling the defenses, and it looked better. It's very athletic players. And the cornerback are not as good, but the safeties are good and they're returning. So this is real. I mean, people are texting me. Purdue, I still think Missouri would win because Missouri likes the teams are very athletic stuff. And really, in my opinion, they should really be 6th in the SEC, 7th, and Vandy should be 7th, 6th. But hey, Vanderbilt here, they returned 15. All their secondaries returning. Okay. The quarterback returns. The running back returns. Vanderbilt, very good. They beat Tennessee last year. And they're going to be good again. Illinois is laughing. Well, not. Okay. I need to stop making fun of teams while I'm reviewing them. Doesn't help. Illinois, fighting Illini. They turned 8. Yeah, that just tells me for a fact that it should be a Vanderbilt win. Which, hey, you may disagree with this. As I said before in the last one, this could be, but Georgia got the win because of the fact that the running back is returning, unlike Wisconsin's. Wisconsin always produces good running backs, though. So this one could be one you see flipped. And these are some that you could see flipped. But not as likely on the Iowa one. But Iowa could pull up. Iowa was a good team 2 years ago. Wasn't as good last year, but they could be good again this year. Illinois just doesn't return enough players on defense for me to even say they have a chance, I'm sorry to say. So, I mean, like, I do feel like, though, there's going to be more Big Ten wins when we go over to lining them up straight, just because you may get there's going to be different matchups than you just saw. But, that's all in this video. Now, I'm not saying, like, this is just me saying like that. Obviously, when you go out, you could see up to, it could be 6 and 8, really. 7 and 7, really. So I could see here more wins for them. Here could be wins. Yeah. And then really, that Maryland is a surprise team for a lot of people. Maryland, they're an okay team, so they could get the win here. That's all. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and like the video. Maybe go view the other ones.